Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another video. This time, I wanted to do something a little different. I mean, I've been playing Mayakashis recently, right? And you guys know me. I don't play in super high ranks. Yeah, I'm not gonna claim that this will get you to Master 1. This is just for fun, purely for fun. You know, I climbed out of silver. I'm in gold. Like this'll get you into platinum. You know, I don't know beyond that. But yeah, I've been having fun with this deck. Mayakashi's sorry. Mayakashi's spam synchro monsters. So they spam these synchro zombie monsters. So basically, you normal summon Hajun. You special summon Daki from the deck, and then you just start synchro climbing from 3 to 5 to 7 to 9 to 11. Then you start link climbing, the 2 to the 3 to the 4, and then on the opponent's turn, the link 4 can negate a monster on the field. Every time a monster is a special summon from the graveyard, and it could be like opponent's monster, your monster, but you know, to dictate it, you're gonna have to special summon your monsters from the graveyard, and the way you do that is the link 3. The link 3 in the graveyard, you can banish this and special summon one of your synchros, and then the synchro that you summon, I guess, you know, depends on the opponent. Like, if they're a back row deck, you run Tengu because he could destroy a spell if he's special summoned from the graveyard. Yoko can destroy a monster, so if they're monster based. And then, you know, if they're battle based, I guess, you go for Kashu Dokuro. He says he's unaffected by other effects when he's special summoned. So, you know, those are your options. It's a very simple kind of game plan deck. Most people run like all Mayakashis in the extra deck because Daki and Yuki Musume, the like extender, locks you into Mayakashi extra deck monsters. But you know, I like having options, so I run like the Zombie World package, including Necro World. Vampire Frolin is an extra, and I will show you a tech I used to get with her. I mean, you kind of got to draw her. You can't really search Vampire Frolin unless it's through like Glow Up Bloom or something, you know, or like Unizombie. Anyway, I'm running Doom King Baldarok. I'm running Zombie World, just one of those. And then like a few, you know, other options in the extra deck, like Shiranui Samurai Saiga, Immortal Dragon, Felgrand, and Red Eye Zombie. I mean, I rarely go into them, but it's just options, you know. And ideally, you want to have the Shiranui Trap, because that locks the opponent out of cards on their turn. It's really nasty. What is it? This thing. Tribute to Mayakashi or Shiranui Synchro Link Monster. Synchro or Link Monster. Neither player can special summons from the hand, deck, or extra deck for the rest of this turn. So, it's pretty strong. But they can activate spell and traps. Huh. So they could set up spells and traps, but they can't special summon monsters from the hand, deck, or extra deck. So it's a pretty strong lock. Instead, because I'm budget, I used Shiranui style Swallow Slash, which you kind of have to draw into. Give and take, you could give them one of your Mayakashis that locks them out of the extra deck. So that's like something you could do. Droplets go well with this deck because you know, you can send like an extra monster you have on the field, and then you know, negate one of their monsters so that you can stop their combo. Other tech cards, you know, I just run 2 Call Buys, a Cosmic Cyclone, Harpy's Feather Duster, a Nibiru, Monster Reborn, Book of Life. 1-for-1 is really good in this deck. Look at that royal finish. I also run Call of the Mummy, which works well when I'm able to go into my Soul Absorbing Bone Tower, which I'm not trying to make like a important part of the deck, but it's cool if you ever resolve this, you can kind of deck out the opponent. I haven't been able to do it yet, but it's an option, right? But yeah, let's start from the beginning of the card list. So I went into Haja, and this is the starter. Glow Up Bloom, you send this via Unizombie to special summon one of your other zombies, such as, which has to be a level 5 or higher, right? So it could be Vampire Frolin, you could add this to your hand. Jackabolin, which can set up, can set you up for like one of these big synchros. Doom King, yeah, you could special summon this. Yeah, can you special summon Doom King? Yeah, if you have Zombie World on the field, you could special summon Doom King, so that's cool. That's a cool shortcut to him. And then you could also add Al Ghul Mazera, which is like your protection card, to your hand as well. So those are the Glow Bloom options. Like I said, Yuki Masumi is the extender. So if you have this in your hand, you could send like a Mizuki. There's also Gozuki, but doesn't work as well. So you could send Mizuki to the graveyard and you know, special summon one of your synchros or link monsters on your turn, right? As it's not a quick effect. And then you got Daki, which is like the really important tuner, but you know, you don't really need to see this. I'm running 2 because in case the opponent banishes it or something, you want the other one. But you don't need to see this in your hand because Hajin is the one you want to see. And this special summons this from the deck. Soul Absorbing Bone Tower, as I said, it's just a tech card. You don't really need to run this for the strategy. It's just like, if they run Max C, you actually do not need to be afraid of it. You could actually just try and deck them out. Like, that's a legitimate strategy with this deck, which is kind of funny. Unizami is like an alternate starter. So what you do is you go into whatchamacallit? You go into Glow Up Bloom. But you know, you would need another extender into your deck. But yeah, you go into Glow Up Bloom, and then you could set up either Vampire Sucker or Doom King Baldurok. You could also send Necroworld Banshee, which gets Zombie World on the field. Like there's a few different ways you could spin this, but it's just like the Zombie World package. You could cut this out for something else if you want, if you don't like the Zombie World package, or if you don't have the cards. But it's really, really strong. I'll show it to you in one of the gameplays. Mizuki, you could definitely run 3 of these. This is the best in graveyard extender. Solitaire can get you to Unizombie, so that's just like an extension of the Unizombie engine. Necroworld Banshee, just the only purpose is to get you access to Zombie World. That's it. Vampire Frolin is another like protection card. I'll show you some gameplay with it. It's really cool. Jackabolin, it's just another way to get some of your zombies in the grave. And also it has an effect on the opponent's turn, so it's a pretty decent card to run in. Doom King, like if you run in this deck, I highly recommend getting Doom King Balladrock. This guy is a menace. Al Ghul is just for protection. Nibiru because I run Nibiru because Yoko can pop it, so I don't mind Nibiruing the opponent. Like the thing is with Nibiru, if you run Nibiru, you have to have a deck that can remove the token. like consistently. You know, like if you cannot remove the Nibiru token, you should not be running Nibiru, in my opinion, right? Because otherwise you're stuck with a huge token on the opponent's field that you cannot remove. Anyway, Harpies, Monster Reborn goes really well with this deck because you always have a bunch of monsters in the graveyard. Book of Life, not always the best card, but I think it's pretty decent in this deck. It's not a quick play, unfortunately. 1-for-1 is awesome in this deck. Mayakashi Return is the other starter in this deck. Zombie Reborn is just a tech card. You could replace this with anything. Zombie World, I just run this with a zombie package. Call the Mummy, as I said, this runs well with Soul Absorbing Bone Tower, because if you have this in your hand, I mean it's a really rare thing, right? And Call of the Mummy, then you could potentially deck out the opponent, because you're just continuously special summoning. Mayakashi Winter is just another way to get some advantage off your Mayakashi cards. Not the best card by any means. And I went through the rest of these tech cards already. I believe I went through the extra deck. Let me just take another look through. Yeah, I went through all these cards. Ideally, you need another copy of the Link 3. You only really need one copy of the Link 4, because you could always like revive it from the graveyard via Yugioh or like Mizuki or something. Underworld Goddess I just threw in there because I hate unaffected monsters, and you could always run 2 of each of the synchros if like you want to run a pure Mayakashi build, if you're not interested in the Zombie World package. And I've heard from other content creators that Eldritch works really well with Mayakashi. I haven't tried it yet, so your mileage may vary. But let's jump into the gameplay. It's really fun. I'll show it to you. Okay, first opponent is running some kind of Nurse Burn deck. Now, hopefully I'm able to go into full combo here to show you, what Mayakashi's doing. Yeah, okay. He doesn't have any interruptions, so this will show you the full combo. So I just turned that on, but I don't really need it. Oh, so he ashes me, but luckily I have the called by. That's why you run a 40 card deck. So you can see your 2 called buys. Oh, but then he still pops my monster. Okay, I guess we're not doing the combo. Oh, Al Ghul for the save. I forgot about that. Look at that. That guy probably should have quit right then and there, but maybe he's just trying to get his points, his dailies in, like I usually do. So you use Yuki Musume to send Mizuki for extension, and this is the whole combo. You go from Synchro 3 into Synchro 5, and Daki keeps special summoning from the grave, so that's how it works. I don't know if I explained that, but yeah, Daki keeps special summoning, so that's how you're able to Link 5. You just keep going and going. So the thing is, I wanted to OTK the opponent, so you kind of want to leave some monsters on the field. So I think I left the level 11 synchro, yeah, field. Then you go into a Link 2. You go into Link 3. So yeah, it's a very simple game plan. But you know, this guy had 2 interruptions, and I was able to play through it. It was pretty good. But you know, the cards in your hand need to be able to allow you that extension. You know, it doesn't always work that way. And that's basically the full combo. I just did it. And then, you know, you're able to bring back whatever monster you need to deal with the opponent's board. And this time, it's going to pop his monster. And that's the game. That's Mayakashi in a nutshell. Like, that's the whole game plan. This was going second. Let me show you going first. I'm sure one of my other replays is going first. Okay, this man is playing Black Wings. Like this deck just lets me get my dailies done, and like I can be out, you know? That's why I enjoy this deck. Alright, I'm going turn 2 again. And I have no interruptions, so I'm really worried because Black Wings can set up some huge synchros that can like burn you like Assault Wing Dragon and stuff, but I think this guy is kind of new. He doesn't fully do the combo. Because he has Dispatter and Black Wind Dragon, and that's it. So yeah, he messed up the combo somewhere. Anyway, I draw into my starter, so gotta get rid of his back row. See if I could get any fade out into any interruptions. Then I'm just doing my synchro into my link line. And I know Dissipator is the problem card, because if a monster is banished, he gets a negate. So I know to negate that first. Alright, so we got the link 3, which I'm able to negate his thingy, because I'm going to be banishing a card here. So I'm able to pop his monster, lower the attack of his monsters, and that's pretty much the ballgame. There you go. Yeah, I know these aren't the best opponents, but this is what the deck does. Alright, this man is playing Ancient Gears. Okay. This time I don't have the full combo. And yeah, I don't know if I could have done any better, but I was afraid of this card just because it was a UR. I didn't want him to fuse. So I just kind of used whatever I had, which was my level 7 and my Daki to make my big synchros. And then I just hoped that this was enough for a game, and I think it was. Yeah. like if they leave you an open field, you could probably OTK easily. All right. And this is the best replay I have. This is against a Dynamorphia player, and luckily he didn't draw evenly matched. I mean, he did have Ferret Flames though. But yeah, it was a back and forth game. I mean, a couple of cards really was clutch for me. Let's see what happens. So my hand is pretty decent, but I can't set up the full combo. But I go Zombie World. I'm able to call by this Maxi, luckily. Otherwise, I probably would have lost outright, right? Can't let this guy draw his whole deck. Alright, so I go Uni-Zombie into Globe Bloom. I had many options with Globe Bloom, but I went to Jack Golan because then I could Synchro into this man, then Special Summon Yuki Musume. I sent Daki triggers from the graveyard, and then, you know, I can make my links at least. I don't have all my cards set up in the graveyard, but you know, it's better than nothing. And Zombie World means I have Doom King Balladrock access. So that's it. I'm just hoping Forbidden Droplets and Yukiona will be enough. Alright. And then I'm scared because this guy sets 4 back row. So, you know, we're not that strong against back row decks. But I drew into the Swallow Slash. So he goes into Kentrigina or whatever it's called. So I try and droplet him, but he activates another fusion card to dodge. So he brings out Rex Term, and I droplet it, and then he gets another Rex Term. So I'm kind of screwed, because Rex Term is like a floodgate. Because basically it says your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters they control that have attack greater than equal to your attack. Greater than equal to your life points, and their life points are always low, so you can't activate anything. That's like what Rex Term says. You can't activate any monster effects. So I knew that the trap was the way to get him, but he had Ferret Flames, so I was screwed either way. But at least I was able to take out his Rex Term. Unfortunately, he was able to bring it back the next turn, but Doom King Balladrock is going to save my behind here. So I looks like I'm in trouble, but I have Doom King Balladrock every turn. So I'm just hoping this is enough. So I'm trying to give him a Mayakashi monster so he can't special summon the cards that he wants. But he's able to negate that, and then I'm able to banish his Kentrigina. But of course he's able to fusion summon again. And it's looking pretty bad, but I get the best draw of the game for this game. Vampire Frolin. So you can see the setup, right? So Doom King Balladrock, which can negate a monster effect or banish a monster from the field. because Zombie World is there. And I have Vampire Fallen in my hand to protect him. So, I mean, the opponent doesn't know that. So this is a really cool end to my gameplay. Oh. So, I'm like, alright, you want to attack into me? Go ahead. So he sets up his Raiders Knight, I guess, for the OTK. But he doesn't know what's coming. So he tries to attack into me with his Kentrigana. But yeah, he doesn't know. So I'm able, because the monster activated its effect, which is mine, I'm able to banish his Raiders Knight. Like, Doom King Balladrock is the boss monster. Jeez, like, look at this. Vampire Frolin protecting my Doom King, and that's the end of that. So yeah, that's Mayakashi, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Like I said, obviously this is not going to take you to Master 1, but in the lower ranks, like, Mayakashi is a terror. Like, you know, this is like, I am the gatekeeper of the lower ranks with Mayakashi over here. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed.